What's up, people? It's me, Rarestov. Keem's internet's gone down, so I guess I'm off the hook because I saved the show. Boogie, on the other hand, might still be screwed. So let's go have a look. Let's go have a chat with Boogie and see how he's feeling right now. All right? Maybe Keem will jump in if his internet comes back. Jump that, pop that shit out, switch that shit over. Hello, Boogie. How are you doing?
Hi. Everything's broken in here still. My microphone's broken from the 12-hour stream.
Oh, is it? Bro. At least we got to play your song again. I don't know. He's not here. His internet went down.
That's going to get me in more trouble because you played the song again. You know how fucked you are?
I didn't have the other song. I don't have any other song apart from that one.
You're fucked.
How am I fucked? I picked up the slack.
You're fucked.
I am not fucked. All right, I picked up the goddamn slack, and everybody here knows it.
Today's the day that I'm fucked, but you're getting fucked just as hard. You don't understand how the show works.
I mean, I'm fucking running it right now. Welcome to Cash Cow Ted
You think you're running this? You think you're running this? Wait till Keem comes in.
$59. Welcome me back, Keem.
Thank you, Simon. Yeah, he is back. I think, Boogie, did you somehow turn off his internet?
No, God, no, that'll give you more trouble, dumbass.
Well, he can't punish you if he can't jump on the show. Right? Makes sense to me.
Why didn't you tell me my camera's not on? Why didn't you tell me my camera's...
Oh my God.
Majaha super chatted $20. Boogie just wanted to say thank you for making me a mod for a day.
Majaha, you're getting me in more trouble.
Thank you, Majaha, but It's... what the fuck happened to you here?
I thought if I shaved it, Keem wouldn't punish me. I thought if I punished myself, Keem wouldn't punish me.
But if you were gonna shave it, we should have made you go blonde.
Well, I didn't have any hair hardly to begin with. Now I thought if I did this, Keem wouldn't punish me.
Listen. Both of you are in big fucking trouble, all right? You're lucky that the fucking gods have spared you an hour, all right? I got my uncle on the way over here to repair the fucking cord that some asshole ran over. My internet cord's out. He's going to repair that fucking cord. My internet will be back up, and I am going to take over this fucking stream at about 9. At about 9, I'm taking over this fucking stream. Rewind, just so you know, you're probably only doing 1 hour, because it's probably going to take me a lot longer. We're going to be live for 2 hours once I get on this bitch. I don't give a fuck whose time I eat up, all right? You're in trouble, Twiggy's in trouble, Rastov's in trouble. No, don't tell me to hold on. The fucking person donating can fucking hold on, all right? Shit's going down when I get back.
What did I do? I didn't do anything. Hold on.
It's punishment by proxy, son.
Dude, this fucking bullshit. Game Vortex with the 20. Thanks, Boogie, for the mod. Stop.
So super chatted $20.
Boogie, the worst part about it is
for every person you banned or promoted. Prepare to suffer, Boogie.
Oh, Jesus. All right. True Love has 4 paws with a 20 cent. 1, 2, Boogie, Keem is coming for you. 3, 4, Roxy's about to hit the floor. True. All right. Thank you for the 20. Bro.
I think I'm trying to get everything open. Dude, I haven't slept since the 12-hour stream, Keemstar. You don't understand because you haven't been here. I have been here. We genuinely pissed off that man, and you're just as responsible as I am.
$20. Loving the haircut, Boogie. Looking sharp for real.
I look like a goddamn cue ball, but thank you. Look at
you.
me.
You look like you went.
So yeah, this was a disaster, but I think also something that was going to happen. So to give you a bit of a recap, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was kind of like the Boogie takeover saga, where Keem more or less left for a couple of days to take some time off for himself to go to some type of derby or something like that in Kentucky. Again, I'm not doxing, he said this before. So he decided to leave it to Boogie. Now I clearly think that it's all one big fake, and you can tell that throughout this stream it was just a fake. It was a psyop. It really was. And I think just watching this first couple of minutes makes my case very clear that I really thought this was just scripted. Or not even if it wasn't scripted, just heavily improv. And making decisions that, in all realness, in all truth, doesn't really mean much. Like, I don't know, maybe because they were lacking so much content, and that, like, to be fair, it's been kind of a slow couple days with the LCU, so I think they did it as a way to drum up views and donation, which they did. They more or less did.
Basically, we've had a problem with you just leaking stuff. You leaked a bunch of stuff at Fat Camp, and I'm going to show you some of it. So, if you want to click on the share screen, can you do that?
Yes.
All right, here we go. This is you on Nerds.
Well, because Keem's ex-girlfriend is coming, that he's on the phone with 24 hours a day.
She's not coming. She's not coming. What are you talking about?
Oh, she's not?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm glad she's
This
not.
girl is banned from... That was you leaking that Becky was coming. You knew she was coming. You heard my conversation with her, and then the first time a microphone's in front of your face, you're leaking it.
As it was coming.
Roxy, anything to say on that?
I fucked up. I mean, we were talking, and I was gonna say I tried to cover it up, and I was like, I used it for psychology to try to get you to admit it. You didn't admit it, and I tried to. That's what I did.
Okay.
You didn't admit it. You said no, so I was like, damn. I tried to catch him
But why?
because at the time I know, like, I knew I wasn't for sure if she was coming or not. I really didn't believe it up until the last day, like the second I seen her, and then it really wasn't in my head. Like, okay, I know she's really not coming. Let's just fuck around. That's what I was thinking. I really didn't know until she literally came in that door that she was there.
Roxy, I was on the phone with Becky, right? There was a bunch of people around. Everyone heard it. She was on speaker, right? She had plans to come to Fat Camp, and I organized a big reveal for her to be there, for her interrupting our stream in the theater room, right? And you just outed. You just outed.
But you were on the phone every day with her, and she was making excuses why she couldn't come, why she couldn't come, why she couldn't come. I'm like, yeah, right, she's not coming.
I feel like Keemstar, who went through hell and back with Becky, should be able to reveal that Becky is at Fat Camp. I don't think Roxy is in a position or earned any right to.
I find it hilarious that Keem is trying to kind of gaslight people or to think that he's a victim, where clearly he isn't, right? And obviously I knew he wasn't gonna fire Roxy. We all knew that from the beginning. We all knew that Keem has a soft spot. And we all know this was clearly fake from the very beginning. It's like, who cares that Roxy was leaking information that people more or less knew for some time? It's very much a open secret that, like, the LCU is very scripted. The LCU is fake. Who really cares that Roxy's leaking it? If she's leaking it, then, like, well, that's on you. But, like, you could even say that the leaks are are done on purpose to drum up viewership and donation for a bit of time. Everybody knows that, and everybody plays for it. Even I acknowledged that early on. I acknowledge that they do a lot of things just as a way to get viewership, to make money. And obviously because, you know, within the LCU there is a portion of people that really do like Roxy. And I know Roxy 100% played into it. Like, you know, it's why, you know, Xylie's opinion, Xylie's decision didn't matter in the end. We all knew that it didn't matter. We all knew that whatever she was going to do had no real value. Everybody knew that. Xylie was just there doing or whatever because, you know, it's a way to drum up views. And, you know, because they don't like each other, maybe that's a deep fake. And the next clip really makes my point across that, like, yeah, it's just fake. It is clearly fake.
Punishment. I am going to be your one-on-one puppet master, and I'm going to tell you to do a million evil, fucking weird fucking things throughout the entire lolcowlive universe. And at any point, if you say Keemstar made me do this, or I'm playing a character, or this is a skit, then you're fired.
Well, nobody will ever know them because I'm just an evil bitch sometimes.
So get ready, because your life is going to be really interesting for the next month.
So I'm not fired?
No, go back to Milkers. I tell you to do something, you do it, and you can't tell anyone I told you to do it.
Fine.
It's not going to be fun.
I know that.
Twiggy, get in here. I'm going to have her do so much fucked up shit. And she's going to have to act like it's all her. You want to play a character, bitch? You're going to play a character. It's going to be lots of fun.
And, you know, the clip really proves what I was saying, that we all knew how fake this whole thing was. We all knew how fake this drama was. Roxy was never going to get fired. Roxy was never going to be let go. She wasn't like Wings or Lynx or Grace. We all knew that. We all knew that from the very beginning. I wouldn't be surprised if Roxy is related to Keemstar, right? I wouldn't be surprised. And everybody's worried about Roxy leaking stuff. No one cares. No one truly cares. If she leaked something, it would have been done on purpose. It would have been something to drum up, you know, people's curiosity and, you know, and viewership for the next couple of days. We all know that. And the next clip right after this one, or really, like, literally right after I got done captioning this clip, Twiggy came in.
Is that the truth? Did that really happen?
I was trying to piss off Savage because she threatened to send her husband after me. And I thought that I'm a master shit stirrer, and I can't get, like, I'm just a viewer now, so.
Don't you see how that's, like, a little too far?
Yes.
Like, a relationship could get fucked up because of this? I mean, that's kind of fucked up.
But I'm also a notorious liar, so, like, and I just want to stir shit. It makes me happy. Is it a bad time to say it's all part of a character?
Someone's saying the audio's cutting out. Try refreshing, guys. Refresh the stream, and that should fix it.
You're cutting out for me, but am I cutting out for you?
No, crystal clear.
All right. Cool.
It's
But yeah, no, I literally just made it all up.
I don't know why they're saying look at chat. I am looking at chat. I think it's a YouTube issue. Are we all good if you refresh the stream? Audio's good? Okay, perfect.
I was told on this stream by Boogie and Rastov to spill some tea. I decided to spill some tea, but I didn't really have any tea from Fat Camp because I wasn't really around people as much as you would think, so I just kind of made it all up on the spot.
I think you need to make it crystal clear that this was not true, and you need to apologize to Savage and her husband, Joe.
Joe, I'm sorry. I disrespected your wife. That was very bad of me, especially since I got mad for people disrespecting my wife. So it's hypocritical. Savage, I'm sorry. I'm also sorry for showing that picture of you, comparing you to, damn it, what's his name? John Travolta. I'm sorry I compared you to John Travolta.
And now that you've
You
apologized,
showed your cooter.
now that you've apologized, I've decided to hire you as the new host of Test.
No, I'm at work during test. I'll call in while I'm like working on cars, but
I only hired you to fire you again. You're fired. And then here's the other thing. You might get banned from the Discord, but I'm going to leave that in Savage's hands.
oh well, you guys have a good one then.
And then the last and final thing is the shit you said about Wonder Woman was horrible.
That was the only thing that was actually like true, and there.
Twiggy, Wonder Woman is an amazing person. All right.
She is sweet.
Yes, she got drunk or whatever and was dancing. Who cares? All right. She didn't fucking do anything bad.
No, it was. I made a big deal out of it. Literally, I don't even care, right? I made a big deal out of it because we were on stream and I was told to spill some tea. Like even in the moment, I could tell she was just joking.
Who told you to spill all this tea and start all these memes?
Well, when I got on, Rastov asked me if there was any tea to be spilled from Fat Camp and to do it for 20s. And like, I'm not even making any of this money. So I just decided, let's cause some problems. It'll be fun.
So Rastov, let me be clear.
Yeah.
You told Twiggy to leak all the stuff from Fat Camp?
I mean, we were doing a fucking stream.
Rastov, did you have to do a call with an angry husband, Joe, this morning?
No,
I did.
that sucks.
Did you have to deal with Wonder Woman crying about Twiggy trying to ruin her relationship with King Scott?
No, I didn't know
I
what he
did.
was going to say.
I did.
I didn't know what he was going to say. He's, Bicky
I
had
didn't know
fucking
what I was
outed
gonna
that he was
say.
saying in the chat like that he had tea to spill, and I was like, "Fuck it, he's here.
and
Let's
why-
make some money."
I didn't say that.
I'm cute.
She said you did.
I'm just over here wondering, like, why the fuck would you encourage things to be leaked at Fat Camp in the first place? Isn't that like what Roxy got in trouble for? Boogie, turn on your fucking camera.
And Rastov, I'm still under NDA.
How long have you been doing this and you can't figure out how to turn on your fucking camera?
I didn't know if I was supposed to be in here yet. I'm sorry.
Boogie, what is going on with your head?
Twiggy,
He missed his wings.
you better fucking talk to Savage and apologize in person because she's going to ban your ass.
And, the Twiggy segment was, it's what you expected. Keem started complaining that Twiggy's, mouth and lying caused him to have to deal with a bunch of personal drama with people's spouse, which it's like, what do you expect? And so many people believed him because, like, it was very clear cut. Like I said before, with the Becky stuff and even the Queen stuff, like, people generally don't believe in Twiggy. If you're within the LCU or you know about the LCU, you're at this point, it's sort of like a rule of thumb to never believe Twiggy. Like, don't believe what he says for the most part unless there's a way to prove it. And, for this segment, right, for this part, for this little area, it was just like, okay. It's the same thing over and over. Now, I mean, obviously, like, Rastov should have shut him down. Which is very funny because, Rastov doesn't like Twiggy, but now they're getting buddy-buddy. I think he's only doing it because, well, let's be fair. Let's all be genuinely fair. I think he's only being buddy-buddy because he was able to get him donations and views. But then, on the other side, it's like, well, you caused a bunch of personal drama with a whole bunch of people. So, you just made this a lot worse on everybody. But again, rule of thumb, why even believe Twiggy? And I think Rastov knew Twiggy was lying, but because he wanted the viewership, he wanted the donations, he just took whatever he can, Let's all be honest with that one right there.
Let me deal with you two motherfuckers.
Yes, sir.
Am I allowed?
Day one of me giving control of the LCU to Boogie. You made Twiggy a host, which just led to all these fucking problems that I had to fix, by the way. You fined Becky $500 for not ending the show.
I did.
Which I approve. That was a good fine. You made Twiggy a host again after he was removed by the mods.
Yes.
You gave Tina the day off. You shut down the ghost trip.
I tried to.
You canceled the ghost trip. You gave a speeding ticket to Sweet Tea and forced her to go onto other shows and to get real internet. You kicked Nightmare from the server on his final goodbye test show. What the fuck?
That was really bad. That was really bad. I mean,
Yeah, that was. Regret. I meant to boot him from the channel. I was like, yeah, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Grim was crying during his final goodbye, and you gave him a speeding ticket for crying.
Yeah, that was bad.
You pre-ordered 2 boxes of Final Fantasy Magic cards on the company credit card.
Well, that's going to be very popular.
wait, what?
No, he
Wait,
did.
Are you fucking joking,
I have a
dude?
whole list right here of everything he did.
Well, to be fair,
That's insane.
that's very rare, and we flipped that box for at least $30 more than we paid for it.
What the fuck, dude?
Why didn't you use your own credit card? You have the money. Like, why would you use the company credit card, you fucking retard?
I wanted to embezzle a little bit.
This is why I'm saying I didn't fucking do anything. Jesus.
You hired a service to dislike the shows that you don't like, and then you got fucking scammed by the service.
Yeah, they didn't drop dislikes. They didn't do it.
What show was it?
Cafe and Nerds. Well, everything but the main 3.
Do you know if that would have
gonna
went?
have to
Do you
play
know
that
if that would have went through? That's TOS violation. Like, you fucking idiot. Do you have any idea?
I didn't know that, but I didn't know that.
You made Becky keep wearing her fucking costume. What was the costume?
It's a big roach costume.
She had to keep dancing. They paid for her to get rid of it, and he made her keep it on.
Oh, so you
Yeah.
scammed the viewers.
Well, she was wearing a bikini underneath, and I didn't think it was appropriate. So I don't. Yes, sir. I scammed the audience. I'm sorry, sir.
This one's kind of funny. You banned the milkers from smoking on live stream.
Yeah, that was a good one. I think. Yeah, that's good.
You banned Pokey Gaga and other pay pigs. And you banned our fucking longest crown, Hemi.
Yeah.
Specifically for supporting me, by the way.
He was sucking rest.
I unbanned him. We're totally chill. I cleared it up with him. He's fine. But bro,
Hemi is our longest supporting crown, Boogie.
I know, but he maybe shouldn't have been sucking the rest of his dick so hard, huh?
You told Becky in private not to go to the haunted house hotel. That's why she wasn't
Yeah.
there.
wait, what?
I thought, to be fair, I thought it was going to be a shit show.
Well, it
But I
was.
also thought it would be funny if she didn't go. I thought it would be funny if she scammed her audience.
Wait, so that airport shit was bullshit?
This next one's pretty fucked up. You demanded people support your personal cameo.
Yeah, I shouted about a bunch of I said on the Discord that if they didn't book a cameo, I was going to ban them.
Okay, that's like a serious violation. Doing
Yeah.
self-promotion through the LCU on your personal shit to siphon money out.
I know.
On day 3, you banned the most liked fan on the server, Garfarian or whatever, several times, who is a Crown of Nerds and a developer for the LCU.
Wait, yeah, I mean, maybe you should be a fucking crown on live, huh?
You made Batgirl a host. What was the reason for that?
Because she hosts on Cafe every Friday, and I think she's more entertaining than Beans. And I was hoping to replace Beans with her because Beans sucks.
Batgirl has no idea what fucking entertainment is. She was on with Xylee last night doing a tier list, and this was a tier list based on how entertaining they are, and she was literally putting people on the board because they're nice. Batgirl is full-blown retarded and has no concept of entertainment. She literally
that's all true. That's all true.
And I think this makes my point even clearer that this whole thing was just one big scam. Or, even if you don't want to call it a scam, just one big show, right? Like, honestly, Keemus probably isn't mad. He's probably more excited that there was more viewership, there was more donation than there usually is. It was never about Boogie's bad management. If anything, Boogie's bad management was probably part of the whole thing as a way to drum more stuff. That's how I really see this whole thing. And again, I think if anybody is like thinks it was genuinely real, I don't know how to respond to you. Like, this is clearly fake. This is clearly, all done with the purpose of drumming people up. And, truthfully, it worked. I guess for a lot of people, this truthfully, worked, in Keem's favor. I don't know really what else I can say particularly about this stuff. Like, did Boogie really spend that much money on all this stuff? No, not even close. The Final Fantasy stuff was pretty hilarious. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as much as it was clearly fake, it was actually pretty enjoyable to watch. In a way, it's kind of, even if it was fake through and through, I did laugh quite a bit. I did enjoy myself when I was recording what I needed to. But I also knew that they didn't need to fake it. They didn't need to go out and make this big deal. They really didn't have to.
I went to Fat Camp and everything was wrong. Everything fucking went wrong. The internet was shitty. People were swatting the place. Some people were like literally trying to invade the property. Setups didn't work. Equipment failed on us. We had a whole streaming deck. It fucking broke, like the main one we were supposed to use. We had cameras and mics not work. Everything fucking went wrong at Fat Camp. But we figured out a way. We absolutely, the show must go on. The show went on, and the shows were the best they could possibly do. And during Fat Camp, it brought lolcowlive the absolute best financial month of its entire existence by almost double. Wow. It walked away. I shouldn't talk about money, but it walked away making $85,000. That's how much Fat Camp made for lolcowlive. Just this channel. All right.
Jesus Christ.
We did the best we could with what we were dealt with. And I had people like Roxy leaking shit. I had Wings fucking doing what he did, right? I had Becky doing what she did. These were major fucking problems thrown my way. But I had to solve them in real time, and the show must go on because an audience is fucking depending on me. Now, over the weekend, there was an event. It was the ghost hunting trip from Madhouse. And their event was a complete flop. They were dealt with challenges. The internet was not that great. Microphones and equipments broke. It was unwatchable. It was literally unwatchable. It was a complete disaster. But our docket team said they have a clip of Jaffe shitting on Fat Camp. So let's watch this real quick. Let me cue this up. So this is Jaffe about 4 days before his event.
We'll have a good time. We'll have a good time regardless. So we hope
Better
that
than Fat Camp, Jaffe?
Oh God, yeah.
So he asks, "Will it be better than Fat Camp?" And he said, "Oh God, yeah."
I think honestly the real reason Keemstar is probably not promoting us and pushing the other hosts to promote us is he doesn't want us to show people what a real live event looks like. I don't think
What a real live event looks like. I've run multiple live events. There's always fucking problems. But the show must exist. It must at least exist. All right? I can't believe that this was said. Hold on. Let's get back there.
I think honestly the real reason Keemstar is probably not promoting us
And finally, live ends with him talking about the whole Madhouse situation of how much of a disaster it was. Obviously, I already spoke about it in my Madhouse video, but sort of a recap, it was a disaster, and honestly, it would have worked a lot better if there were, more of the hosts came along and helped the show grow. Obviously, that didn't happen. And I think Keem has every right to sort of, I guess prove Jaffrey that, it isn't easy running these live events, because regardless if you like Keem or not, you can't deny that he has more experience than most people when it's coming to running a live event. He has more experience with the stuff. Whether they're successful or not, it's a different question. But having experience, having some understanding of how this works is very, very important. Now, maybe you guys' opinions on it's a little different. Maybe you guys kind of do feel bad for Jaffrey, and I think that's perfectly fine, but I think also, you kind of have to acknowledge that, if you're going to do an event like that, be much more prepared and, just be prepared. I mean, if anything, Jaffrey could have easily have asked Keemstar for help. It wasn't like he couldn't, and I think Keem would have been perfectly fine doing that, but... it is what it is in the end of the day, But till then, have a good one, be safe, and God bless.